Hello, I'm Benny Westside, and welcome to the crash course for Sunspot. This is actually my second time recording this. I posted earlier today. I was pretty excited for it. This was what I had in store for you guys. There was an issue with the sound on the video. I had to take it down, so I'm quickly recording the crash course again. That way, I can put it out as early as possible. But yeah, so today we're gonna talk about the abilities, T4 upgrades, how much he wants to be built, and then ISO classes, of course, and then I'm gonna tell you my plan, and we're gonna finish up with a quick recap. That way, when you unlock him, I realize this is coming after the offers. When you unlock him, you are better informed, and you make decisions with this knowledge. All right, so here we go. I like starting with the passives. Let's look at his passive Solar Champion. On spawn, he's gonna apply offense up to self and all X-Men. All X-Men, tag blind, or not tag blind, but it like sub tag blind. Anyway, on turn he's gonna heal self for 3% per charge on himself. He has the damage passive for the team, and it increases per charge, and then they get an additional boost at 5 charges. And then in raids, he gives more damage. He prevents taunt on enemies, whether that's reflexive, on spawn, or regular. He just prevents it. And then the T4 upgrade, on spawn, he's gonna generate ability energy per charge on himself, and these charges, he doesn't drop them with his abilities. He keeps accruing them, so they will carry over from raid node to raid node, which means once you get to 10 charges in node 1, once you start node 2, he's gonna give 10 energy to everybody on spawn. But this is only for X-treme X-Men. And this also works in game modes like Scourge or Dark Dimension. Well, in Dark Dimension, the daily reset would reset it, but if you finish a node and then start the next one the same day, it would not reset. Okay. And then also on spawn in raids, he's gonna apply offense down to all enemies on the field. I would say this T4 upgrade is essential, especially for a raid context. Getting that energy on spawn is really valuable. Having that early protection of the offense down is also helpful, but especially if you want to sim, this passive is going to be immensely important. But even without that, I think this is essential because his energy generation otherwise is kind of stunted. It's trickling at best. So you want to have this on spawn, which means at least you get to do your abilities once per node. All right, let's take a look at his special, Heartstroke, which is going to be his turn 1 ability. And this is on a 7-turn cooldown. Apply ability block to primary, and then apply slow to primary and adjacent. He's going to prolong all debuffs except ability block and stun. In raids, he's going to do an additional tier of extension, including ability block and stun. He's going to generate an energy for all X-Men, any game mode. And then this attack is unavoidable, unblockable, uncounterable, which is great. Unavoidable ability block on turn 1, even though he's kind of slow, is not something to scoff about. And then the T4 upgrade adds more damage. That's nice, and it increases the extension from 1 to 2 turns. But that's not the good extension that we want with the ability block and stun, but the first one. So I wouldn't call this one essential. It is nice, 90% damage increase to primary and adjacent, and this is a damage dealing character. That's his goal or his purpose. So it's nice, but I'm not gonna say this is essential at all. Like that additional extension isn't valuable if it's not on an ability block or a stun. All right, his turn 2 ability, Solar Burst. This is on a 10 turn cooldown and comes with 7 energy. For each enemy with charge, he's going to gain +1 charge up to a maximum of 10. He's going to attack all enemies for 470% damage plus apply offense down for 2 turns, defense down for 2 turns. All enemies, that's really nice. In raids, he's also going to apply Disrupted to all enemies. And then he's going to clear 1 charge on each target. And this charge clear is not tied to raids, so you can use it on something like Heroes for Hire. Alright, generate 1 ability energy for self and all X-Men allies. The T4 upgrade gives a massive damage bump to all enemies. And in raids, gives an additional energy for X-Men. I'm going to call this essential as well. As I said, the energy trickles with this team, so you want to get as much as you can. And this also reduces the effective cooldown on this ability itself. So I will heavily recommend this and I think it's an essential upgrade. Alright, finally let's look at his basic hot shots. Attack primary and adjacent, apply bleed. Apply +1 bleed per crit. Gain +1 charged up to a maximum of 10. The T4 upgrade also adds just raw damage. And the ISO attack gives him charge as well. So, I don't think this is an essential upgrade. It's nice because he's a damage dealer, but 60% to primary adjacent, it's okay. He's going to be basicing a lot, that's for sure, because these are very heavy cooldowns. But I still think this is not the best use of T-Force or gold. We mentioned the ISO attack. Let's just move into the ISO class discussion. The thing is, you're going to want him to get up to 10 charges as soon as possible. So having him striker means what on those follow-up attacks, he's going to gain charge. This is really important on the first node of raid, because once he gets to 10, it doesn't matter anymore. In theory, on the secondary nodes, you can swap him to a raider or something. But like he's gonna want that striker to get those charges up as soon as possible. And then in something like War or Crucible, we have yet to see how much use he's gonna get in those modes. But you really want that charge up as soon as possible, because the team's damage is tied to his charges. That's why we want him as striker. I think it's pretty defined, to be honest. In terms of building him, I think a good comp would be probably Iron Man Infinity War. Around like however much you have Iron Man for the current raid that you're doing, you can build Sunspot to that point. With Gambit there, and presumably he's gonna have lower stars. He's not gonna be your primary damage dealer, but if you have the resources, the more you put into him, the more he's going to appreciate it. Because he's a damage dealer, he's just going to put out that much more for you. I'm personally not a proponent of over-investing in raid teams. I like getting them to the point where they can do comfortably what I want them to do. I don't need them to sim. I just need them to survive and do their job. So Roughly, I would say like level 90, gear 16 should probably be okay for the Incursion 2 raid right now. Uh, he's more going to get carried by Nightcrawler and Gambit. But as I said, if you build him higher, he will then start to pull more weight because he has so much damage. With that, what I'm gonna do, personally, I wasn't planning on buying him. I wanted to try and unlock him with cores, but I ended up getting the $25 unlock offer for more so for the sparklers. It got me to the next milestone with the gold medallion and the diamond orb, so it seemed like a decent overall package beyond just Sunspot shards. So that's what I did. But you know, my initial plan was to just try to core him. I am going to take him to level 90 and gear 16 and then go from there. He is astral energy, which is really valuable. That's why I'm timid about him, but I do think he needs to step into the teal gear. So that's why I'm going to do gear 16, level 90. I might do, if that doesn't feel enough, I'll first take him to 95, then gear 17. We'll see. The thing with Astral is so many characters, valuable characters, want it. We don't know who's getting reworked from the X-Men, but beyond Sunspot, there are 3 other X-Men that take astral energy. If they get reworked and are, you know, showstoppers in War or Crucible, that's going to be more valuable for me. But, you know, I'm going to hold on to that gear until I know more. Then I might feel more comfortable taking him up to gear 17 or 18. We'll see. And then T4 wise, I will do his ultimate and his passive, and I'll probably do his basic because he's going to be using this all the time. I don't think the special is that worth it. Maybe down the line. I don't know. I'm more stingy with my T4s. I don't feel comfortable going under like 3,000. So even the basic, when I start upgrading him and I get to that point, I might hold off. I don't know. I don't think like that one. I'm on the fence. I'll probably do it, but the 2 essential ones, ultimate and passive, I'll definitely do. All right. I've gone on long enough, and I forgot to change this video up here, which I had, you know, set up these, like I set up these animations, and that was actually the reason I had to take down the first video, and it's ironic that I forgot to do it in this video, but that was his basic. I cut it with some footage from the movie. I thought that was cool. This is gonna be his ultimate. They started giving us these animations, and I love splicing it with the movie footage. I don't know. That's just something I have fun doing. And then in the special, I really wanted to shout out Scopely. So Sunspot, this character is a Brazilian character, and they paid homage to his heritage by giving him some capoeira figures. Capoeira is a Brazilian martial art, which is, I think it's great that they used it. That's an Amada and a Compasso combo that he just did there. I thought that was really cool. I used to do capoeira. This is me maybe like 10, like more than 10, 15 or so years ago. I've since not, I stopped. I tore up my knees. A lot happened. Maybe someday I'll go back, but it was fun. I loved it, so I just wanted to give that a shout out. You know, ideally I would have shown these animations as I talk about the ability, but that's okay. You're seeing it now, and you'll see it in the game soon, hopefully. All right, recap time. Sunspot. We want striker. We want to do his ultimate and passive, especially. Those are essential. The other two abilities are nice. I think you should build him to the degree where your Iron Man Infinity War is. Be mindful of your astral energy. I'm feeling like level 90, gear 16 should be a good spot, at least for the current raid. Go there, see how it feels, and then you can move up as needed. And then that's it, right? I think it is. I have the Crash Course graphic. It's been out. I will link it down below. Let me know what your plan is with Sunspot. And thank you for coming here, doing the Crash Course with me. I hope to see you in the next one.